You done heard 1,000 times before that there's no history of the Israelites ever being in Egypt, right? What if I told you that I found the city of the Hebrews in Egypt, hidden in plain sight? And I'm going to bring it out at the Passover. This Passover 2016. I'm going to rock their world.
Shalom. This is the I.S.U.P.K. Started in 1969, 1 West 125th Street, under Commanding General Yahanna. We got the Monday Night Radio Show from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m., 718-506-1384. Online classes Tuesday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pay your tithes. 10% of all the money you earn goes to the school, go to the men of the Lord. It's a law. Subscribe to I.S.U.P.K. Indianapolis and other UPK YouTube channels. We about to get it in heavy about World War III. Is back at it. It's wartime. In the summer, all the kings go to war. All the nations go to war. Guess what? War is coming. World War III is here and it's in full effect. All right, and it will soon be escalated. We're gonna get it. Job 9:24 to start it off. You know, off top. Old school UPK scripture, let the world know about the white man. Job chapter 9 verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Who run the earth? The white man. Who run Africa? Who run Australia? Who run Europe? Who run Asia? Who run North, Central, and South America? The white man. He is the wicked. The white man is the devil on the face of the earth. Alright? That's who is the author of all our problems here in America, including them Christian leaders. Alright? Now, we're going to get into scriptures about World War III and this Russian jet that just flew over a... well, let's get that story first. A Russian fighter jet flew dangerously close to a U.S. reconnaissance aircraft on Thursday. In the latest military provocation by Moscow over the Baltic Sea, the U.S. European Command said Saturday. Baltic Sea, where at? Middle East, Valley of Jehoshaphat. Alright, that's in the scriptures to be the stage of World War III. The U.S. aircraft, the militarized Boeing 707 jet, was operating in international airspace at no time crossed into Russian territory, said the Navy, as reported first by Washington Free Beacon. On April 14th, a U.S. Air Force RC-135 aircraft flying a routine route in international airspace over the Baltic Sea was intercepted by a Russian Su-27 in an unsafe and unprofessional manner. Alright. Navy Captain Danny Hernandez on Saturday told Fox. The incident follows Russian jets on Tuesday night reportedly flying very close to the American destroyer USS Donald Cook in international Baltic Sea waters. And the reports is that it flew so close, up to 30 feet close. But it did, like I said, it didn't have no bombs on it. That's what the report said, the planes did. Otherwise, it would have been a whole different ballgame. Joel 3:10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. That's all the other nations beat your things that make food and your warehouses and stuff like that. Turn that into making planes and jets and tanks. That's what's going to happen, like in World War II, and which is called also like an arms race. 3:10. Joel 3:10. Let the weak say, I am strong. So all the nations join in. Let the weak say, I'm strong. Everybody who doesn't want war, who wants peace, say you're strong because you're going to war. Alright? We're going to get Jeremiah 49:16. And I'm going to use the big Bible when we get to Revelations. Alright, we got a lot of scriptures to go over here. Jeremiah 49:16. Thy terribleness hath deceived thee. This is talking about the white man, how his terribleness hath deceived him, how he thinks he is the terror and the great marine and the great ranger and the great warrior on the earth with his guns and his weapons. But it has deceived him. And the pride of thine heart. So he also thinks he's great because of these weapons. And how evil and wicked he is, how he dropped bombs on everybody. O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. This is going into the white man's heritage. He lived in the caves. Caveman. That holdest the height of the hill. Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle. He sets his nest high as the eagle. Up in the sky, you got the sky cam, you got the predator drone, you got the satellites, you got the space station, and landed on the moon and everything. Even though he did all that. I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Most High. The Lord is the one that's going to destroy this white man. The Lord is the one that's going to be the author of all the destruction that happens to the white man. The Lord is the one that's doing it too, that's going to do it to him. No matter how great he thinks he is. Which he is not. Obadiah 1 and 3. And Obadiah is specifically targeting the white man in the prophecies. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Once again, how the Lord is pointing out the pride of the white man's heart. He makes movies every year about him defeating the aliens that come from outer space, which really will be he's talking about the chariots of the Lord and the angels that are going to come from outer space. He thinks he's going to defeat them, and he puts it in all his movies. He's very prideful. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high. He lives in skyscrapers and things like that. That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? That's what the white man says. How is he going to be defeated? Right? Nobody's going to defeat him. He is great. Go to verse 6 after that. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? And then we're going to find out about all the truth and the lies that the white man did spit across the earth. How he lied about the greatest man to ever live. How he lied about the greatest people to ever live. The Israelites, the children of the Lord. How he lied and said he is the children of the Lord and saying he's a Jewish man and being a rabbi in the synagogues. How he took our nationality and took our identity and is wearing it like skin that he cut off of a deer, you know. We're going to find those things out. That's why it says how the hidden things sought up. We're going to find out all the truth. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. See, all the people that he deal with, he ended up in the Middle East where they're going to have World War III, where he's going to be destroyed. Russia, you know, all the deals that he made with Russia, all the deals that he made with Iraq and Iran, and how he had deals with Russians had deals with Syria, America had deals with Iran, or deals with Iraq. You know, all the confederacy of them coming together. It's brought them there. How he made deals with Saudi Arabia, it's brought him to that Middle East because of that. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. That's all these other nations. And prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. So all this is going to be targeted towards the white man's downfall. All him going into the Middle East is going to bring towards his downfall. Shall I not in that day, saith the Most High, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mounts of Esau? Because the wise men would, if he did have wise men, they would tell them what? Restore those blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Give them back their land. Give them back what you stole from them. It is a grievous act against the Most High God of all the earth. You should be trying to repair those people that you destroyed. That's what his wise men would tell him. They wouldn't tell him, let's go to the Middle East and have more bombs, bring more soldiers, we need more predator drones, we need a greater arms race. If his men were wise, they would tell him, restore the children of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But there is none understanding in it. Verse 9. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end, that every one of the mounts of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. And the white man, his mighty men, his people with guns and Marines and the Navy and the Air Force, they're going to be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. Because of what he done to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans here in America. The Lord will destroy the white man for what he done to us. And thou shalt be cut off forever. Exactly. The white man is going to be cut off forever. And who's the main one that's going to do it? A black man named Jesus Christ. That's what they don't want to bring out. We're going to get 2nd Ezra chapter 13. Christ is going to be the one who's going to put that death blow, going to deal that death blow to the white man. And thank God for it, man. A black man's going to have victory in these last days. Named Yahushua Jesus Christ in the English. With his 200 million angels, we're going to get it out to scriptures, man. We're going to get it out to scriptures. The angels, UFOs, and everything out to scriptures, man. The council in heaven to destroy the white man, man. That's what we're going to get. 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 2. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. Just a great boom. You see what I'm saying? A great event. It moved everything. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. Man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. That's the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans with Yahushua Jesus Christ, with the angels fighting for our side. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And when the Most High, when Christ come back with his angels under his command, and 144,000 under his command, everywhere he set himself to look at, like, all right, we're going to check out this, we're going to check out that. They're going to be scared because they know Yahushua, as we heard, he's coming this way for us. We're going to take over the whole world. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice. He's going to say, man, destroy Russia. Destroy America. Destroy Europe. Destroy Australia. And guess what? They're going to be burned. And that's how you know they heard the voice, because they're going to be burned and they're going to be destroyed. They're going to say, Christ authored this. Christ gave the order for us to be destroyed. Like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. Yeah, it's going to be pain and turmoil and death and destruction for all the heathens, and damn sure the white man in this day, which is coming very soon. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men. So all the heathens going to join together like in the movie Independence Day. Out of number from the four winds of the heaven. When they say out of number, it means just you can't number how many of these cats is going to be. It's going to be all of them, man. China going to have millions and billions of soldiers. India going to have millions of soldiers. White men going to be scared all over the place. They're going to join forces to fight against blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, Christ, the angels, and the Most High. From the four winds of the heaven, that means from everywhere, to subdue the man that came out of the sea, and that's Christ. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it. That's his government that he's going to be over top of, that he's setting up right now. He's graving it right now in the I.S.U.P.K. And he graved it in the works that he done already, by being able to be overcharged with those angels. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. Right? He couldn't see this place, which is Mount Zion, which is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that 144,000, them angels, Christ's government, that's going to sit on his shoulders. That's out of Isaiah. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid. So they got scared, you see what I'm saying? And yet durst fight. So the white man's going to be scared, like in the movie Independence Day. We've been at the end of the movie where the so-called president was making a speech. This is the last battle. We're going to fight. And we lost our families and you're scared, but we will win. We will win our independence. Yeah, we win. This is our Independence Day. You see what I'm saying? The great crescendo of that movie, which is based off this scripture. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, so he seen all of them clipped up and everything. He neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. So this is a little metaphorical right here, like he's spitting fire, as in when he gave them orders to destroy all these heathens. It's like fire and sparks. It's like when you in court and the judge say you guilty, sentence you to 10 life sentences. When you hear those words, them words is like tempest and fire, and you know what I'm saying, and just like more than words, you know what I mean? When you hear them words, if you ever been to court and you hear the judge, you know what I'm saying, pronounce a judgment, his words is like more than words. And they're strong, even though he's just saying it regularly. They mean a lot. When Christ gives them order, it's going to mean a lot, and it's going to be like more than words, man, when as we go about and do the orders that he gives. That's what this scripture is talking about. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest. So he gave that order, and all that stuff happened. And fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight. And then all that fell on the heathens, these heathen nations, the white man, who's going to be the lead. Upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one. So that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived. So it burned up. His orders burned up all the heathens, all their guns, all their weapons, all the white man's weapons was burnt up and destroyed by Christ. But only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So all that's going to be left of the white man and his army and his military and his rangers and his guns, M16s, AR-15s, M4s, everything that the white man got prepared for war is going to be burnt up, and there'll be nothing left of it but smoke and dust. Smoke and dust all across the earth of destruction of the heathens. That's how this nation is going to be set up. It's going to be set up by war, by destruction. Same way our nation was when we got free from the Egyptians, when he drowned the Pharaoh's army. Symbolic, he's going to burn this white man alive, man. He's going to burn this white man to death. Thank the Most High for it. We're going to get some more scriptures. Isaiah 2 and 4. So the white man is sitting here worried about planes and jets and having these little scrambles and stuff with these other nations. But his main worry is Christ, a black man. And these black men in I.S.U.P.K. Because when Christ comes, it's over. You see what's going to happen. The whole sea is going to move. That means the whole world is going to shake. Isaiah 2 and 4. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people. Christ is going to judge all these nations. You devils, white people, you've been the most heinous to the children of Israel. I'm going to wipe you off the face of the earth to where eventually you're just going to be extinct. I'm going to do this to you people. I'm going to do this to these people. He's going to judge them. And shall rebuke many people. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares. So this is talking about you're going to stop trying to be fighting because you're so destroyed that you're just going to bow down and be farmers and things like that so you can serve the children of Israel. And their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. These other nations ain't going to learn war no more because there's one power that's a superpower that they can never touch and never even dream of coming against and fighting. That's Christ, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in our nation under Christ and the Most High. The Lord's true children of Israel. The Lord's true chosen people. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They're going to learn war no more because there ain't going to be no, it's like, it ain't no fighting these blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans under Christ and the Most High. It's nothing, we can't never beat them. So, you know, what's it like? You can't beat them, join them? It's going to be more like, if you can't beat them, serve them. These other nations are going to serve us, and serve us well. And he shall judge them as, Micah 4 and 3. Micah 4 and 3 is basically saying the exact same thing Isaiah 2 and 4 is saying. Alright, so now we're going to get to Revelations. Now we're we're going to get the real deal. Get that revelations going. This is what put fear in the white man when he think of this. When he think of that book of Revelation. That's why he put out so many lies. Because when he think of the truth, it damn near burns him alive, man, about how the Lord hates him is forever. That's Malachi 4:1. The Lord hates the white man forever. And he will show it soon. Revelations 5:11. And I beheld, and I heard the voice of many angels round about the throne, and the beasts, and the elders. So right here in the Most High, in his room, he got 4 beasts around his throne with eyes all over their bodies that scream and yell, glory to the Most High day and night. Don't eat, don't sleep. He got the angels all around about, the angels of war, the angels of healing, the angels of everything. And the elders. He got 24 elders that have war counsel about everything that was going to go down. All the destruction. And the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000 and thousands of thousands, saying with a loud voice, this is that 200 million angels that's coming with Christ. You see what I'm saying? They're going to come with Christ. And they're going to say with a loud voice, worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive power. Worthy is that black brother that was killed. And riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessing. He worthy of that. That black man is worthy of that. Christ, Yahushua in Hebrew. And then 200 million angels is right there with him. Revelation 9:15. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day, and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men. The third part of men, that's when all the heathens going to be getting killed. It's going to be death and destruction coming for when Christ returns. It's a bloody day that's coming to put, you know what I'm saying, put knives in your guts and cut your throats. All type of things that's the Most High got for these heathens. It didn't happen to his chosen people. So you know it's going to be worse for you heathens. Heathens going to get stomped down into the dirt by the Lord and by the Most High in Christ. They're going to be put down in the ground. They're going to be buried beneath the grave. Revelations 14:10. The white man is going to be destroyed like no other. Revelations 14:10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High. Most High going to make you drink that destruction. Going to make you drink his anger, which is poured out without mixture. Without mixture, so he's going to give it to you straight, like a straight shot. The Most High is going to come straight like a straight shot and kill you, destroy you. It's not going to be no talking, no negotiating, no peace deals, no treaties, none of that. It's going to be straight destruction and warfare from the jump. Into the cup of his indignation. So as he coming, he's going to bring all that. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels. This is the white man. You're gonna be tormented and suffering and burnt. Your skin gonna be burnt. Your teeth gonna be burnt. Everything about you gonna be roasted like you grilling. And in the presence of the Lamb. And the Most High, like I said, he's the Lamb. So in the presence, in front of him is all that's going to happen. Because why? Like in 2nd Esdras, he giving that order to burn it all, to destroy it all. 200 million angels, 100 foot, and them blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans going to fulfill that order that Christ gave. We're going to bring destruction and hell on this whole earth to all the other heathen nations and to the white man, mainly and in particular. We're coming for that white man when Christ returns. Christ is coming for that white man, especially. Revelations 4:4. Revelations 4:4. And round about the throne were 24 seats. This is the angel, the 24 elders. That's why I said 24 seats. And upon the seats I saw 24 elders sitting. So all those seats is an elder in each one. And these elders is coming together under the Most High. And clothed in white raiment. And they had on their heads crowns of gold. And they decked out. They had decked out. And from here, the Most High is going to pronounce all the judgment unto the white man, like we read. He's going to, in 1 hour, your judgment is going to come. The white man is going to be burnt and destroyed with fire. He's going to be torn apart in pieces. His babies and children are going to be dashed upon stones and rocks, going to be thrown off of rooftops. His women are going to be slaved to death, are going to be in cages. His men are going to be destroyed and beheaded, and their fingers and body parts cut off, all under Christ, Yahushua, a black man. When Christ come and crack that sky and bring them 200 million angels with them blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans at his side, he's going to give that order, and all the destruction is going to rain upon the earth. All the killing and death that's been happening to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans is going to be turned and put on these heathens. And these heathens are going to be in destruction and death and famine and starvation. And they're going to be in lack, without. They're going to be servitude, slaving, working 12 and 24 hours a day and night, breaking their backs, getting destroyed, getting caved in mountainsides where they dig in tunnels. They're going to be falling out of death and drought. White men are going to be getting sunburned from working on the fields with no sunburn, suntan lotion. All types of hell and death and destruction is coming to the white man and the heathens, and every black, Hispanic, and Native American that supports the white man, you're going to be alongside of him. So you got to be careful and stop loving this white man. Do not forgive him for slavery. Do not forgive him for nothing. Don't forgive him for even giving you a parking ticket. Don't forgive him for nothing. All the things that have been happening to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in this place, the white man deserves to be destroyed by Christ, by the angels, and by the Most High. And he will. The Lord proclaimed it throughout the scriptures. The Lord proclaimed it throughout the scriptures, and we're glad that the Most High Christ has raised up Commander GEN.YAHANNA and the I.S.U.P.K since 1969 to bring the truth, to teach the truth, and to have our brothers have the hope and the reassurance that Christ is going to come and bring this death and vengeance and avenge the Lord's people for the blood that he did spread across the earth of the saints and prophets. The Lord is going to avenge, because they are worthy of blood for the blood that they have shed. These white people, all the other nations, all the heathens. So blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, this is the true gospel. Be happy and be grateful and be in joy for what's going to happen to these heathen nations. All right. I.S.U.P.K, like I said, since 1969, been teaching this truth. Pay your tithes to the I.S.U.P.K. Pay your tithes to the priests. Pay your tithes to the generals, Commander GEN.YAHANNA and the Most High in Christ. It's a law, first and foremost. Secondly, just use your mind, your brain. Think. The tithes is what's going to keep our nation fed and sheltered and clothed and taken care of. Pay them tithes. Scripture say you do for the least, you do for him. So you might not be out teaching the streets and raising up the dead like we are every time at camp. You might not be in the prisons teaching and writing letters and this and that like we are, but you can give in money towards it, and that's the same like giving it to Christ. Radio show with Commander GEN.YAHANNA, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m., 718-506-1384, every Monday night, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m., as well on the YouTube live stream, classes Tuesday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And with that, Shalom!
You done heard 1,000 times before that there's no history of the Israelites ever being in Egypt, right? What if I told you that I found the city of the Hebrews in Egypt, hidden in plain sight? And I'm going to bring it out at the Passover. This Passover 2016. I'm going to drop today's word.